If I somehow became CEO of Earth, there'd be a few things that I'd make mandatory before you're allowed to die. Your ass is not going anywhere. You're not allowed to leave until you complete these side quests. I don't know if all of our lives just became a little bit too accessible with social media, but I feel like every time I scroll down my feed on whatever platform it is, I see a young person dying. It's seriously heartbreaking when you see such a young life lost, especially knowing that a lot of us move through life not doing the things that we actually want to do, not getting to live our lives to the fullest. Whether it's because we're waiting to become more brave or have more confidence, or for other people to join us, or for someone to sign off on it, get validation, get the approval, whatever it is. A lot of us live it half-assed because we're scared. So if I was CEO of Earth, all those fears are going out the damn window. The first non-negotiable that I would make every single person on Earth have to do before they expire is speak your mind to the people who have done you dirty. Do you know how many people are walking around with hurt inside from situations that happened weeks, months, or even years ago? They're out here replaying the moment in their heads in the shower, when they go on a first date, when they're shopping in the supermarket. When something hurts you real bad, that shit haunts you. And some people let it haunt them all the way to their grave. They never say anything about it. They never stand up for themselves. I honestly don't think it's fair that you have to sit there in the discomfort that they created. They put you in that situation. Why do they get to run away scot-free and not have you say anything to them? Because you want to keep the peace? Because you don't want to seem problematic? Or is it because you got conditioned and got a little comfortable trying to protect other people instead of protecting yourself? Number two is on the same vein of holding on to shit that you should be doing and not doing it. I would make it mandatory for everybody to create the one thing that you stall on but continue to think about over and over and over again. I almost did that with this show, but I was scared to do it because I was like, what if Instagram starts suggesting me to people in my life and they come and watch me and they're like, who the f does she think she is? Why is she on the internet yapping and talking about shit no one cares about? But like, why do I care if they don't care? I'm allowed to express myself. I'm allowed to say whatever the hell I want. Being scared of being judged. Stalling because you're scared of failing. Being scared of it not working out. Our time here is limited. We're all gonna die someday. But I would so much rather create something that lights me up, something that I'm passionate about, something that I want to share with the world and potentially have it outlive me, than to do nothing because I was scared. Think about it this way. How many times have you been afraid to do something and then you had one of your friends like either swindle you or peer pressure you to do it, and then you go do the thing and then it turns out to be better than you expected it to be? You have yourself a grand old time. Then you catch yourself saying, damn, imagine if I hadn't done it. Imagine if I had let my fear win. I would have never experienced that. Same goes for things that you're passionate about. The only way to find out if it's gonna work or if it's worth it is by doing it. Rule number 3 would be that everybody has to have 6 months where they're just like ugly or have like something on them that they think is ugly and they cannot fix it. You cannot seek out any methods to try to change said thing. And I'm not being a hypocrite because I have things on my body as we speak that I do not like, that I'm actively trying to get rid of. Like I got these keloids on my chest. I also have this Dexcom on my arm because I'm type 1 diabetic. I got diagnosed 3 years ago. And when I first got diagnosed, I would hide under long sleeve t-shirts. Do you understand how crazy that is? I live in Arizona. I'm pretty sure one day during the summer I got diagnosed, it was 117. But my ass was still in the long sleeve because I was not exposing myself like that. But I feel like having 6 months where you just have to deal with the thing that you feel makes you ugly and you have no way of changing it, it makes you finally accept yourself. It makes you see that being a 10 out of 10 is not the best thing that can happen in the world. Like, I would so much rather be known for being funny, even if you don't find me attractive, than for a guy who probably picks his wedgie and then smells his hand after to think that I'm hot. I don't need to be attractive to everyone. I don't need everyone to think that I'm hot. Look at that guy clavicular, clavicular. Look at him. This man goes to extreme lengths to be attractive to people. Why do you need to do all that? Why do you need everyone to find you hot? Making your life's work be being hot? I guess everybody's got their priorities, but if I was the CEO of Earth, everyone's gonna have a minimum of 6 months being ugly. Sorry. And the last thing that I think everybody on Earth would really benefit from would be to spend a full 72 hours alone. I'm talking off the grid, no connection with nobody. And in that time, you would have to do all the things that you're too scared to do by yourself. We postpone so much of our lives waiting for other people to join us and do things with us. Waiting for your mom to go to the shopping mall with you, waiting for your friend to go on the trip with you. The list goes on. But when you're alone, not only do you really get to know and connect with yourself, you get to fully live in the moment. You get to do the things that you enjoy without having someone complaining about it or trying to hijack the whole itinerary. I remember the first time that I went out to eat by myself. I got lunch at this little place and just got a drink and a pizza. pizza. But I was so shy and so anxious just walking up there. But the girl who was serving me, she was so cool. She was like, oh, are you by yourself? Like, and I was like, yeah, is that weird? And she was like, no, like I do this all the time. Like I love it. I usually bring a book, like a podcast. I just like really enjoy time with myself. And I was like, oh shit, maybe I should do this more. But I was so scared people were gonna look at me and be like, why is this weirdo sitting by herself at the table on her phone? Like, who does that? Like, couldn't you just eat by yourself at home? But like, genuinely, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. I genuinely think that we care more about what people think about us than they actually think about us. We get so self-conscious and overthink our every move, everything we say, everything we do. Meanwhile, people are literally not thinking about us. They do not care as much as we think they do. Most people are too worried about their own bullshit to have time to worry about yours. Unfortunately, I have not solidified my plan for world domination, so the takeover isn't happening anytime soon. But I'm personally about to start doing all of this shit because I'm not getting to the end of my life and regretting not doing what I wanted to do and saying what I wanted to say. I am no longer worrying about sparing people's feelings when they have no problem doing the cha-cha, slide to the left, slide to the right on top of mine. I'm done postponing things that I'm excited to create or things that I'm excited to do just because I'm scared of how it'll be perceived or how people will take it. I am not down to spend all my time worrying about my insecurities that people aren't even probably noticing. And I'm definitely done waiting for people to join me in doing the things that I want to do. So if you want to join me, let's go, bestie. But if you don't, you better hope my world takeover is unsuccessful. Because if I'm CEO of Earth, these are the first rules I'm putting into place. Coming for all of you.